Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. It is Freestyle Friday. We are so excited. Hello, Sean Hall. How are you?
Mwah, I'm awesome.
So glad to have you here in the studio today. And guys, grab your seats. It's so much going on in the world right now. It's unbelievable. So we have plenty to talk about. We're going to jump right in. Grab your seats. Go ahead and tell your friends that we're going and having some key discussion. Let me play some music for a second so we can rock and roll. Sean, see what you made of over there. Oh, this is so. Okay, well, that's okay. I'll start. Hey.
Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group on your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
Yes, that's Attorney Kenneth Snow, and you'll see his formal actual advertisement shortly. But I want to make sure that I give you all a chance to enjoy the kickoff of the Kim Jacobs Show.
Love it.
Yes, it's the Kim Jacobs Show. I hope that you guys, okay, I see you guys have come in. Start commenting. Let me know you're here. Sean Hall is here to kick this party off. What are we talking about today, Sean? Let's go ahead and get started.
You know what? First up, let's deviate from my normal pattern of talking about politics.
Okay.
Let me spill this education tea. Listen, there are people in this audience who have children who want to go to college, or there are people who want their children to go to college.
Right.
4-year, 2-year, vocational. Listen, you got to start early.
Yes.
You got to start early. It's November. Kim, you know, you and I talk all the time, and it's always super late. And what am I up doing? I'm looking for scholarships. I'm working for my clients. And November is crazy. It's like it's a November to remember because there's so many scholarships. I can't tell you how many there are because it's like hundreds, thousands. It's so many that I don't know about. And every night I'm like, it's a meme where a monkey is typing on a keyboard. That's like me, like live.
You do that. Literally, for those that don't know, Sean is up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, but she's always working so hard to get money. You know how people say, well, I'm working to get money for you. She's working to get scholarships for your children. If you have children that are in high school or even before high school, but definitely high school, freshman year, you should be reaching out to Sean because it does make a tremendous difference. The help that she provides. I can personally, and I like to share personal stories. My son, Ivan, has received probably over about $15,000 worth of scholarships, if not more, over the last few months because of the efforts of Sean Hall. Go ahead, Sean.
So I want to share 4 quick tips for parents. There are those who are going to say, well, my kid's not in high school yet. Doesn't matter. There's scholarship money available for kids who are babies.
Right.
Babies. So you want to start as soon as possible, even if it's an oratorical contest, even if it's a quick essay on what this election means to you, there's money to be had. So start early, parents. And if you don't know where to start, let me tell you, come on my page, book a consultation, and let me get you started. Now, I like to help people for a fee, not for free, but the reasoning behind that is because the workman is worthy of his hire. Y'all out here getting ready for Black Friday for stuff that your kids are not going to have in 2 months. This good education that I'm going to give you will last you, not just for this kid, but for the other ones.
Right.
Tip number 2, if you have kids who are already preparing for high school, let's say they're 7th or 8th grade, here's what's going to help them tremendously on the SAT or ACT, which after this year you will probably have to have again.
Right.
The math. The math that your kid is in dictates how well they will do on those standardized tests. Why? Because if you're just taking Algebra 2 when you are a junior in high school or a sophomore in high school, the math is going to be beyond you on those standardized tests.
Okay.
So you do best to be taking Algebra 1 8th great.
Okay.
Parents who have younger kids, guess what? You got to get with it and move quickly, and don't be deterred by what the teacher tells you, because you're your child's first teacher.
That's right. That's
Okay?
right.
Tip number 3. There's no amount that's too small. I know that people always want to go for the big scholarships like Gates Millennial. Gates Millennial, they want to see, have your kids had a preponderance of AP classes? If not, you're probably not going to even make it past the first round. Same Coca-Cola Scholars. So you want to look at some of the smaller scholarships that are out there. And once you write one good essay for that scholarship, keep it. You know why? Because you can re-shop. It's not plagiarism. You wrote it. It's smart. It's working smarter, not harder.
Let me interject there, Sean, for a second. This is a good point that Sean is making, because with Ivan, I'm specifically using him as an example. He has like multiple scholarships that he has written essays for, and he writes the 500-word version, then the 150-word version, and then the 300-word version. But he repurposes those actual essays based on what the criteria is for that scholarship. But Sean will say, okay, so Ivan, here's what I need you to do with this existing essay. And it's outstanding. And then to read it, it's like an entirely different essay, even though it's based from the same essay. I love it. Go ahead.
Tip number 4, final one, tell your authentic story. Listen, they have your kid's transcript in front of them. So if your kid is a 4.0 student, no need to write that again in the essay unless it matters there. Maybe they're 4.0, but they had a learning disability that nobody knew about. Maybe they don't have a 4.0 because you all were homeless for several months and you didn't know where you were going to eat and your child was too consumed with everything else. Let your story come through, because in every essay, they want to know about you, who you are, how you got here, and what you're going to do to progress. So those free tips, those are things that can help you prepare your kid to have that debt-free experience that you're looking for.
Okay, tell them your story. Point number 4. That is incredible. Dr. Shantae, I see you back there. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to come in, and I'll pull you right into the screen. Okay, let's see. Tell them your story is point number 4. I love it. I love it. So this is great. Let's go back again. Point number 1, just for those that are just joining, Sean Hall with allroadseducation.com is on, and she's talking not today from a political perspective, but from an educational perspective. Dr. Shantae, do you want to come on? Oh, some clicked off. Okay. So you can reach out to Sean at allroadseducation.com is how you'll stay connected with Sean. Follow her on all of her social media outlets. Is very important because she has plenty of tips for her to share with you all. And let's see some of the comments that's coming in. Hello.
Hi, Chantel. Sharonda.
Hey, Sharonda. Good morning. And Dr. Shantae, let me know when you want to come in. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Hello from North Carolina.
Yes.
Let's see. Joyce McCall says, good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Joyce.
All right. Make sure you all follow Sean at allroadseducation.com. Sharonda said, yes, ma'am, Sean. We are visiting WSSU this weekend as Jemiah is in her junior year of high school.
Yes. And if your kids are juniors, this is a critical year. Let me go ahead and give you this because I can't use it and I don't like to let anything be wasted. There are certain scholarships out here only available in junior year that are full ride scholarships. Now, this is where I meld my politics with education. There are certain scholarships that want you to write about the Constitution, what the Second Amendment means to you. Is it valid? Is it not valid? Talk about First Amendment. They want to find out, do you know about our presidents? There's a scholarship, Sharonda, this is for you and anybody else whose kid is a junior. It's the Calvin Coolidge Scholarship. I can't remember what president he was, but he was a United States president. They want you to read his autobiography, answer some questions, and then write your story as you relate to him. Now, I can tell you, the book is dry. It's very dry.
He was the 30th United States president.
The 30th president. Very bland, if you will, but had some very interesting ideas about our tax policies, if you will. And so the scholarship that they offer is full tuition to any college or university in these good United States. It's worth it. It's worth it. And so you parents, you got to do your due diligence. Stop waiting on these guidance counselors. I love guidance counselors, don't get me wrong. But what I will tell you is they are inundated, and it is not their job to be
That's
your
right.
kid's personal guide to all things education. That's my job. If you
That's
hire me,
right.
that's my job. It's your job as a parent because they hired you the moment you decided to have that kid.
That's
So
right. I love it.
it's your job to find those scholarships, but I just want to tell you there's money out there. Go after it, go hard, work it like it's a second job because it can be, and it can pay off big dividends for you and your family.
Great advice, Sean. The Kim Jacobs show, this my mom is on, and she said, good morning. Trinetta said, this is so helpful, Sean. Thank you. And if you missed the tips that Sean shared, they're right here in the comment section. Point number 1 is start early. And these are all tips that she shares. So go back and do a replay, and also make sure that you start a watch party with some of your friends. Number 2, the math component is very important on the SAT and the ACT. She said that no amount is too small. And these are great tips, guys. Make sure you reach out to Sean Hall at All Roads Education. Tell them your story, and you can repurpose your story as well. Yeah. Wow, she said, that's a blessing. Thank you for sharing. I will be making a consult ASAP for both Jemiah and my 8th grader, Jermaine. Yes, yes. Okay, Dr. Shantae, you ready to come in? Let's see. Anything else, Sean? Oh, you know what? While we're waiting,
what you gonna say?
Tell me your thoughts on this, guys. For Thanksgiving, Sean and I were having this discussion, right? Earlier this morning, and we were talking about, do you like to put your Christmas tree out before Thanksgiving, or do you prefer to put your Christmas tree out in your wherever you put it up at? Do you put it up after Thanksgiving? Tell me what happens with you. I actually, and it, this is something that happened after my son passed away, because before I was a big believer of you put your Christmas tree up the day after Thanksgiving, you take it down right the day after New Year's Day, period. And I've done that my whole life. I never did anything differently. But when my son passed away and we had a tree designated specifically that has the words believe and ornaments surrounding Gabe and pictures of our family, but Gabe is in every picture on the ornaments, I kept the tree up one year, the entire year. I was like, I want that tree up, and I kept it up. I didn't change it. It just stayed there with all of his memorabilia in his memory room. And so now I'm kind of like, I missed the tree when it was down. I missed the tree when it was taken down, but I did end up taking it down this year. I think it was like July or something. I don't know. I took it down July. You would come over to the house and I would tell you the tree was still there. Now the tree is down and I'm like, now it's time to put the tree back up. So tell us your thoughts, guys. Do you put your tree up after Thanksgiving or before Thanksgiving? Because like right now on my porch, I have pumpkins and stuff, but then I'm never putting my Christmas lights. So I don't know what to do. Tell me your thoughts, Sean.
Can Thanksgiving, can we give thanks, y'all? Can we give thanks for what the Lord has done, how he did not allow COVID to come near you or your people? Can you give thanks? Now, y'all have moved already to baby Jesus. I mean, my Lord. Can Thanksgiving get their props? So no, the Thanksgiving will have its moments this season, and we shall move to putting up the tree. I've gotten a whole lot better because I used to just put it up like the week before Christmas.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Okay.
I know. But now we put it up like the beginning of December. So ours probably will go up whatever December 1st is, or whatever that Sunday is right after Thanksgiving. We'll put it up so we can look at it, enjoy it. I do the same thing as you, Kim. I love the ornaments with my people in it. I love that. I've got one for every year. So I get to see the girls over the year. They hate that tree.
They hate it.
They hate it because, what I like to see is the progress. And so sometimes I'm there at the tree. Okay, true moment, crying because I'll see a moment from when somebody was 6 or 7.
Right.
Ornament that they gave when they were 5. And they're like, I am 15. I am 17. Look at that corny ornament. But it's just the memories for me. So.
Right. Dr. Shantae, you give me a thumbs up when you're ready, so I'll know if you want to come into the conversation. I'm not going to pull you in until I see you do something to let me know. You ready? Okay. Let me pull her in. Dr. Shantae, how are you?
Hey, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. I actually wasn't ready, but it's okay.
Until you tell me you can hear me, okay?
No, I can hear you. If you can hear me, it's fine. But generally, I like to put my AirPods in, and they're not working for some reason right now.
Oh no, we can hear you perfectly. So you don't even need to have AirPods. You look cute and everything. So
thank you. I got some new glasses.
They look good.
Yes, they do.
But just
I'm a big fan of my glasses.
Just so you know what we're talking about right now, and the audience is chiming in on it. Sean gave some tips on education because she actually helps children get scholarships. You were backstage, so you heard it, I'm sure. But then we're also talking about whether to put the Christmas tree out for the day after Thanksgiving, or do we put the Christmas tree out now, like whenever you want. Like in my neighborhood, people have their Christmas decorations up already. So I'm kind of a little bit like thrown off.
I'm gonna just say my mother does the day after Thanksgiving, but I think that once I am married and I have children, I think I'm actually going to decorate the tree on Christmas Eve. So we'll decorate the house, but create like a whole production Christmas Eve. That way, everything and I have to say this in my defense. My birthday is December 20th. So
that's what it's about. Okay, so you want your own birthday, then.
So I like the holiday, decorations to pop up, but the tree decorating to happen Christmas Eve.
Okay. So. Let's see what the audience said. Okay. Who knows? After Thanksgiving, Andrea Belk says for her family. Joyce McCall says right after Thanksgiving. Okay. Rhonda says, I normally put it up the day after Thanksgiving while making cookies, hot chocolate, and Christmas music. It's a family tradition. Trinetta says, I like to separate the holidays. No Christmas tree for me at Thanksgiving. Okay.
That's right, Trinetta.
Right on, Sean, because 2020 has been a year, basically, no one will ever.
They'll never forget this. Never, never.
But see, I'm thankful every day. So to me, Thanksgiving is just additional day to put a stamp on my thankfulness. But I give thanks and honor and homage to the Lord every day. Like when I wake up, first thing I do, I don't even go to the bathroom before I start saying, thank you, Lord, because every day is not a given. So I'm very grateful every single day. But yes, I do think Thanksgiving coming together and having that food and fellowship and remembrance and fun is fun too. Okay, who else is backstage? I can't see without pulling the person in. Oh, Joe. Okay, well, Joe, let us know. Type in the private chat when you're ready, because I can't see your face. But anyway, Dr. Shantae. Let's go to Dr. Shantae. What do you have for us today? Dr. Shantae is, if you all don't know, she's an angel investor, and she is the author of Black Angels Among Us. Literally, she says, nobody coming to save y'all. So let's make sure we know how to create generational wealth for our families. Dr. Shantae, go ahead and talk to us.
Well, I will say I meet with probably 100 to 200 companies a year, and people starting in various stages. And I always say this, sorry, Sean, I know it's Thanksgiving, but there's some business work that we have to do. If you are a business owner, you should be doing or starting your financial audit now.
Oh yeah.
And that means, first and foremost, COVID-19 has thrown a lot of monkey wrenches at everybody, right?
Right.
And if you came into this situation and you got a government grant or loan, or you got money from your city, your county, anybody, if you got any COVID-19 relief money, start early, because there are tax implications for your business.
Okay.
And that means if it's forgiven, meaning, you don't have to pay it back, then it counts as income. And I don't think a lot of people recognize that. If it's a loan, it counts in a different way. But remember,
Say that again. Say that again, because I know you're saying it, but let's digest what you're saying. Say it again.
Okay. Free money ain't free. That's how I always start.
I'm also going to pull Joe Duncan in. He wants to be a part of this conversation. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, Joe Duncan is in with us too. Joe, I know you are the celebrity expert, but Dr. Shantae is talking to us. So you're hearing about this as a business owner over there. Free money is not free. Go ahead, Dr. Shantae.
So if you got COVID-19 relief grant funds, meaning you're not expected to pay them back, or if you got a PPP loan through your bank and a portion of that is forgivable, remember that looks like income. That looks like money you made in your business to the IRS, which means while you might be saying, I only made, $100,000 this year, but if you also got $100,000 grant that you don't have to pay back, you made $200,000 this year. So just remember that as you start to prepare your taxes, start early this year. There are a lot of people, and I say this lovingly to all Black businesses, it does not behoove a business to get a big tax refund. Because to me, as an investor and as a bank, as an institution, we all just see that you didn't make any money. If you pay taxes, you made money. If you don't pay taxes, then you're not making enough money to pay your tax obligations. So just remember to start early, to make sure you're tracking everything. And I'm saying this in particular because guidance really says that we'll probably see another round of business funding at the top of the year in the new administration. Right. And a lot of business owners were caught off guard. They didn't have the tax documents ready. They didn't know how much they made. They didn't properly file paperwork. They didn't have a business bank account. Get that stuff together today. Now, before, because if they announce additional funding, it's going to be too late for you. So start now, start early. I know we got Thanksgiving. Some people take several days off. I don't do that necessarily, but if you are able to do so, start pulling your tax documents. And I would just say one thing that is very controversial. Do not do your own taxes. I'm sorry.
Why not? Tell us.
Unless you have taken classes, and I do mean you know what you're doing, you're likely missing out. Go to an actual tax preparer, especially if you're a business owner. There are a lot of things you can do with your business taxes. For example, when I was self-employed, I actually made enough money as a self-employed person. But because of how I filed my taxes, it had direct implications on whether or not I could qualify for a house. Because in that calendar year, I made enough money. But they went, oh, you're self-employed? Let's look at the last 3 to 5 years. And that meant, oh, well, I don't have 5 years of doing great. I got this 1 year. So if you were a W-2 employee, they see that 1 year and it's great. If I had gone to a tax preparer, it would have looked differently. So please don't TurboTax your business taxes. Go to a professional, pay the $200, pay the $500, pay an accountant, please. I'm begging you. Okay. That's it.
Wow. I'm trying to type what you're saying here. I have people backstage doing some other assignments, but this is amazing. Don't do your own taxes. That's a big takeaway. That's like one of the hugest. Don't TurboTax your business. Somebody said, okay, let me put that one up. That's even better. TurboTax your
too much math.
Huh?
Well, Dr. Shantae, in the comments, can you drop perhaps the name of a business or two that's reputable that you trust? Because I know a lot of times when people start thinking about their taxes, everybody always knows somebody who used to work for somebody or the IRS. And then when the taxes come due, then people are ghosts. You can't find them. You in trouble.
I know.
What? I'm spoiled because I will say I do have a tax attorney and I also have an accountant that works on our books every month. So, but I do know some good reputable folks. So I will pull them in. And there are some people who specialize that operate, like we'll call them the corner tax preparer, but they specialize because they actually have accounting degrees. Okay. Not just, I took a class on the internet.
Because we need that.
No shade.
we need to come down a little bit because we don't all have angel investor status at this point in our lives, Michelle. But today it is not so.
I got you.
So yes. So any ideas or resources, Dr. Shantae, if you share them with me, I'll post them and say that these are some reputable places that Dr. Shantae actually recommends, and I'll post those on the show page. Okay.
Let me
So
ask her one more question, Kim, if I can, because she
yes, and let me say this too. Anybody else that have questions in the actual studio audience, pop those questions in right quick, and maybe Dr. Shantae can answer them. Go ahead.
Dr. Shantae, you brought up a really salient point regarding PPP, because a lot of people got PPP loans. We did. It was very small, but we still got it. But now what I realize is that depending on when you got your PPP loan, the forgiveness part has not come due. So now if it doesn't pop off before we end 2020, now we're looking at perhaps this loan forgiveness in 2021, which would affect those taxes, that tax year, and not this one. Am I correct there?
Yeah, so I left my tax guide upstairs, but I'm actually reading the 2019 or the 2020 tax guide for filing next year. And it includes coronavirus tax relief. So what some businesses might recognize is they end up with a credit, we'll say income in 1 year, and then the deduction in another year, and it's forgiven in a different year. And it's the way it rolled out is a little wonky, which again is why we're telling people don't do it yourself this year. And it's very unclear, I would say. So if you find yourself with forgiveness in the new calendar year or outside of your business calendar year, your next fiscal year, then you may end up with some sort of a split accounting for that PPP loan. I know a lot of people I've talked to that said they're just going to count it as income in this year. And if they get the credit next year, great. And if it's forgiven, because remember, there is some leeway as to what will also be forgiven. So they're taking the conservative approach, counting it as income. And then if they get any other deductions, they'll take that at a later date.
Okay, excellent. Let me take a quick moment, if you don't mind, and acknowledge one of today's sponsors. One of today's sponsors is Dr. Shantae herself. Dr. Shantae is Transformation Through Investing, and she, as you can see, is a beautiful, beautiful woman, but she also has written the book that Black Angels Are Among Us. And I really love getting back down to this particular book because, your website changed some too. I love this. Okay. But if you want to schedule speaking angel investing workshops, you can definitely get it to Dr. Shantae, and you can follow her on her social media at drshantae.com. Make sure you know that you can join her mailing list as well. And I want to go to something that I think is such a helpful tool that I have been reading and I've highlighted and really took advantage of some of the notes that I can apply immediately to my life. So with Dr. Shantae, she wrote a book called Black Angels Among Us. And Dr. Shantae, tell people right quick, what are a couple of things that they can take away from your book?
It's never too late to start. That's the point of the book. If you are thinking about building wealth, if you're thinking about generational wealth, if you're thinking about just being more comfortable, we always talk about multiple streams of income, but I don't have extra time anymore. So it's much more important for me to be an owner than a worker. Meaning, even if I started a business, I got to work in that business. So this book is really saying it's never too early to start investing, and you don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to start investing and start to grab a return. So that's the point of the book, is to make it super simple to get in.
I love that too, that you say, even in the book, you talk about having as little as $500. You can actually end up having an equity kind of state within a company. I think that is just incredible. So if you are interested in purchasing the book, which I highly recommend, it's called Black Angels Among Us by Dr. Shantae. She said, nobody's coming to save us. If you want control of your own communities and your own future, we have to own this. And Black Angels Among Us is a guide to help people of color mobilize our dollars and become angel investors. So thank you for being one of today's episode sponsors, Dr. Shantae. She is a proud member of the Charlotte Mecklenburg Black Chamber of Commerce. So I thank you so much for being one of today's episode sponsors.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's see, some comments came in too, and I want to make sure that I go to those, give everybody a chance to ask the questions. Let's see. As a small business owner, Trinetta says, I've heard you should put at least 20% in a separate account for your taxes. What's your thoughts on that?
You should definitely be prepared to pay taxes. And if you are making a lot of money, maybe looking at a quarterly tax, type of payment might actually make a lot of sense for you, because not everybody likes to write a $10,000 or $15,000 check at the end of the year.
Right.
For taxes. So you should always be putting money away, and always remember that the top line tax rate, that's why it says 20%, is usually not what most businesses pay, because there are deductions and credits and other things. So that will come down, but a 20% margin will likely mean you have enough money saved away.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Hope that answers your question, Trinetta. All right. Wow, this is great. Any more questions that you have for Dr. Shantae or for Sean Hall? Or now we're going to go to our celebrity expert, Mr. Joe Duncan. Then you'll be able to chime in and ask those questions. So today is Freestyle Friday, everyone, here on the Kim Jacobs Show. If you would like to follow Dr. Shantae, make sure that you do so. Let me give you her website again. It's drshantae.com is how you'll be able to stay connected with her, learn about all of the services that she offers, and definitely get Black Angels Among Us. That's a book everyone should have in their library, okay? All right. Joe Duncan, our celebrity expert, is here to talk to us today on Freestyle Friday. What do you have for us, Joe?
Hey, everybody.
How are you? It's freezing a little bit over there, Joe, but it's okay. What we'll do is, I don't know, it's like, the way that this whole thing works is it's based on our own internet within our homes and different things. So stuff, if you have a storm, if you have something kicking the power out, everything happens. So what I'm going to do is remove you, Joe, and let you come back in a second because it's frozen, okay? All right. So let's see. What else is happening? What else is going on right now? Let's see. Oh, it's so much happening. Huh?
I said, you still got politics going on.
Go ahead and talk to us about politics, Sean. You want to talk to us about politics. Go ahead.
Teflon Don is still trying to hold on in these good election streets, you all. So what's going on now? Well, you had the canvassers for Wayne County not wanting to certify the election results. So what does that mean? It means they say, well, we'll do everybody else, every other county except Wayne. Well, why not Wayne? Because that's where the D is. That's where the highest concentration of Black people in the state of Michigan is located. And what they know is that Black people overwhelmingly voted for Joseph Biden. So what they're trying to say is, well, they were cheating. There was massive cheating. But they haven't produced any proof of that.
There's no proof, right?
No. So you have 4 county canvassers, and 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. The 2 Republicans said, no, we're not going to vote to do this. Then they changed their minds and they voted to go ahead and certify. But the president called them at their good home and said, what the whole Black Jesus are y'all doing? I need you to come to the White House. Get here now. And so then they submitted an affidavit to say we rescind our agreement. Ha, ha, ha. But there's no legal precedence for rescinding. And I think that this is a trick of the enemy and of the enemy, because what could happen is you could say, well, since there is no legal precedence, we're going to take this to court. And that's what he wants to do. He wants so bad to get this in the hands of the legislators in the state of Michigan. Why? Because it's a Republican-led legislature. I don't think it's going to happen. They're supposed to be at the White House meeting today. We don't know what's going to come about. But wait a minute.
What?
Come on through Georgia. You got to get a recount going because you had to have it. Then they did the nasty nice. Senator Lindsey Graham called the Secretary of State, who's also Republican, and said, hey, you better look and see if you got some ballots you can throw out. But then he tried to say he didn't say that. It was a misunderstanding, that he would never say it. And the Secretary of State said, oh, no, you did say it, bruh. You said it. And he announced yesterday, after all of this, and we recounted it, handwritten, guess what? You still lose. So I don't know what other challenges they'll try to throw. I think it's over. For Wisconsin, they wanted to do a recount, but Wisconsin said, oh, listen, bro, we already know you don't pay your bills, Don John, so we're going to need our cash up front.
Right.
to the tune of about $7 million. My last understanding is that they wired $3 million. And I said, wait a minute. Here's the saddest part for those people who are Trump supporters. Because see, I did a little okey doke, and I do get the text messages so I can see what they're saying. Because you got to know what they're saying. They're still begging for money, but the money that they're begging for is not going for what people think it is.
They're
using that money to pay off campaign debt and to pay legal expenses, which to me should be illegal. And if it's not illegal, it's certainly immoral. But y'all know that's who you support, and you know, and you don't mind giving your money away. Mine is $, Sam JCIL. Go ahead and cash at me, because I'd be so grateful to take that money too. That's what we have in the world of politics in these good streets. That's it.
That's funny. Okay, well, Joe Duncan is back. So Joe Duncan, hello, how are you? He's our celebrity expert here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And so what do you have for us, Joe?
I'm sorry, I had a little internet connection problem there for a moment. So we're going to start off with some sad news today. Fans around the world are sending up prayers for singer Bobby Brown. You probably have heard about this story earlier this week. Investigators in Los Angeles confirmed that Brown's 28-year-old son, Robert Beresford Brown Jr., was found dead inside his Los Angeles home. Now, according to the Los Angeles Times, police responded to a medical emergency call at the home on Wednesday. Now, according to reports, Brown was pronounced dead at the scene. An autopsy was performed yesterday, but the cause of death has been deferred because a cause of death cannot be determined right now. So the medical examiner's office is calling for a deeper investigation into the 28-year-old's death. That could possibly take several more weeks to complete, of course. Right now, there is a lot of concern about Bobby Brown right now. You remember that his daughter, Bobby Christina, the daughter that he had with ex-wife Whitney Houston, died back in 2015 after being found unresponsive in a bathtub. That death had eerie similarities to Whitney Houston's death, who died just a few years earlier. Brown was seen yesterday at the son's home looking at security footage with the Los Angeles Police Department. And the family has released a statement asking for everyone's prayers and for privacy right now. So pretty tough time for Bobby Brown. A lot of fans are concerned if he's going to be able to handle this, because he had a difficult time with Whitney Houston's death, had a very, very difficult time with his daughter Bobby Christina's death, and now this is just like, you know, wow, how much more can he take?
Well, I'm really sad to hear and devastated to hear that his son passed away, because that is a lot in one family unit. And so definitely lifting the Brown family up and keeping them in our prayers. And I see shout outs here saying, you know, that keeping Bobby in our prayers, and different people that are chiming in on that. Wow. I really do hope that, proud of you, Joe, Trinetta said, proud of you, Joe, on JDTV as well. I do hope that if there's any kind of foul play that is discovered and revealed and brought to justice.
Well, when the story first broke, the investigators were saying there was no evidence of foul play. I have heard discussions that Bobby Jr. Did have some medical issues, so that may be really what this all centers around. But again, the coroner could not determine the cause of death. He wants investigators to dig a little deeper.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, these are untimely deaths, and there's so much between COVID now being over 250,000 deaths in the United States. This is unbelievable. It's almost like you're in some kind of like sci-fi movie that this is happening, but it's real names attached with real people that are transitioning from this earth. And it's just a lot of prayers needed. Lots of prayer. Okay, Joe, tell us what else you have for us.
All right. So if you're a fan of the Black Panther movie, you may be wondering who is going to take over the role made famous by the late Chadwick Boseman, who passed away from colon cancer back in August. Well, the studio has not been able to decide how they are going to move forward with the next installment of the Black Panther franchise. What I can tell you is that they have ruled out using a digitally created image of Boseman in the movie. Now, when it comes to using another actor, an executive with Marvel Studios says they're really not sure about that either because there is only one Chadwick Boseman. The movie was scheduled to be released in May of 2022, but of course, with COVID, the indecision about how to move forward with this movie, it looks like the movie could possibly be moved back even further. Do you think anyone else could take on the role?
You know what? That's interesting because I thought maybe Michael B. Jordan would be a possible good person. So much for you getting the opportunity to have your opinion on here, right? So, okay, Sean, since my opinion does not matter, okay.
It slipped out. Let me mute myself. Go on.
You just mute your thing. You're going to just attack my little opinion. All I was going to say was that I thought it would be a good thing to be able to transition Wakanda forever type of thing. And because wasn't he the one that was in there against him, right?
He's dead. He's dead.
Yes.
Chadwick, the Black Panther killed him.
I understand, Sean, but just like the stories and the soap opera, these people be dead. Them people, I saw them people when I was in high school back in the day, right? I don't know how these people come back. They're like 80 years old and they don't resurface off of an island or something. I don't even watch the stories. But the point is, if they can do that, then Wakanda forever can live on through somebody that is alive. Michael, he could come. You never know. He could have had. It could be a twist, a plot to say that he really didn't die. Something happened.
Let's take it to a whole other level. Let's go with what the Queen Mother would say. It falls to the next child in the progression, and that would be Shuri. Why can't Shuri be the Black Panther?
That's what I want.
There has been talk about that.
Call me Marvel. I'm here. I'm ready.
I love it. Okay, so you guys chime in and tell us who you think could be the next Black Panther. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. I think they should look for another actor to take over the role. It happens all the time in these superhero movie franchises. There's always another Batman. There's always another Superman. As far as who could do it, I think there's a long list of actors, maybe even some unnamed actors. But I don't think that we should lose the franchise over this, because I think the franchise meant so much to African American Black Hollywood. So I think they need to kind of decide what they want to do and move forward, very delicately. But I think we'd be okay with another actor becoming Black Panther.
Well, the audience is chiming in. Trinetta says he's going to be hard to replace. Jamie Foxx could play the part.
Oh.
Now, Sean, you're not going to do this to my studio audience that's taking their time to take their good, hard-earned comments, and you're going to just brush your hand like that. I'm sorry, Trinetta. I apologize. The views expressed by
and Trinetta's my friend. That's my good friend.
Trinetta, I'm sorry that Sean just brushed you off like that. That's not right.
I'm not saying like, no, your comment was bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying not Jamie. Not Jamie. He's going to sing his way through it. Huh? He going to sing. He going to turn into a musical.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Joyce said no one can replace Chadwick.
True.
Except maybe Michael B. Jordan. No. Yes. See, they have to figure out how to put Michael B. Jordan back in there. Why we can't have
Shuri? Why not a woman? Joe, you didn't touch on it. I saw you do your little tap dance. So
no, well, I mean that would not be my preference, but that has been mentioned. That has been some of the buzz about this movie, that maybe it would just be passed down to her. But
Well, here's another thought, Mike. The fact that we all know that Chadwick's wife is pregnant, and so
I didn't know that.
Huh?
Chadwick's wife pregnant?
Wasn't she? I saw that on the video.
I didn't know that.
I don't
didn't know
think so,
that.
Kim.
Oh.
I don't think so. But you're declaring it to be so. And guess what? It might be, and she don't want to tell nobody because she
I
wants
saw it. I saw it on a video. I'm not exaggerating. I saw a video that. Well, Joe, don't be
Look, I don't know it all.
Find that, Shannon. Let's see.
Joe, now listen to me. Don't try and put me out here. You could have looked right quick and Googled or something, but you're gonna just say, "Oh, okay."
Oh, I can't multitask. I can only do one assignment at a time.
You left me out here, Joe.
That is sad.
I promise I saw something about some kind of commentary. I didn't, but you know what? Let's just scratch my whole comment. I don't know whether to write. But here's my point. Here's my point that I'm gonna make. My point is somebody that could be a child could play the role of the Black Panther as his legacy that he is passing on, that maybe he impregnated one of the people that I'm brainstorming, Sean.
Well, I mean that's a good idea, but I think there's already a script in place that would require a whole new script. And but yeah, I mean, you know, maybe somebody's listening, Kim. Get some.
Yeah, I think you left me out on the island by myself. I said
no. I did not know that. It could be. You could be right. I don't know. But
we'll talk about that next Friday.
Yeah, huh? I'll find out.
What about Will Smith?
No.
Sure. Oh my gosh.
You asked what about Will.
What Trinetta said, okay, what about Will Smith? She's an audience member.
Will already has projects lined up probably for the next 5 or 6 years where he is the main star, where things have been built around him. So for him to have to come behind Chadwick, if you will, I don't know about that one.
Maybe the guy from Birth of a Nation, Nate. No.
Because he's out on the island because of that movie. Don't forget.
Right. Well, I'm trying to bring him. I'm trying to give him a.
What about Denzel? What about Denzel?
Too old.
But listen, you know he has been a man of stature.
Maybe John David. Maybe his son. Maybe Denzel's son, John David.
That's
maybe him.
That's a good
one,
right?
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty hot. Okay, look, y'all, let me stop for a second because I need to make sure I acknowledge my sponsors here on the Kim Jacobs Show, messing with y'all. Today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show is sponsored in part by Snow Legal Group, snowlegal.com. Listen, you can reach them at 704-358-0026. Or you can email them at info@snowlegal.com. And I do have a beautiful little clip that I would like to show you.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D, in South Park.
Awesome. Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Yes. Cassandra and Selwyn Davis put that commercial together. It's good to have good team members that do a great job like that. So thank you, Snow Legal. Thank you, Cassandra and Selwyn. Okay, Joe, tell us the next thing that we're talking about.
All right, ladies, everybody. All of you, take a deep breath. The hit film, Waiting to Exhale, is coming back as a television series. Terry McMillan, who wrote the book, made the announcement this week. If you remember, there was supposed to be a sequel to the movie made. All the original stars had signed up for it. They were just waiting on Whitney Houston to come on board after her movie Sparkle. Now, McMillan did not share any details about the new project. But I can tell you that Lee Daniels from Empire and Precious and The Butler is set to produce the series. But as far as who will recreate the famous roles that of Houston and Angela Bassett, Loretta Devine, and Lela Rochon, no word on that just yet. But I can tell you a little tidbit about Lela Rochon. This week, we interviewed actor Leon from the Five Heartbeats, The Temptations, Cool Runnings, all of that. He also, remember, played in Waiting to Exhale. He was the bad boyfriend of Leela Rashawn's character.
Right.
He told me during the interview, I asked him who his favorite co-star has been. He couldn't give me a name, but he said Leela Rashawn was the best kisser. And when they did their love scene, that when Forrest Whitaker, the director, yelled cut, he had to yell cut, 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 because they wouldn't stop.
Well, Leela, go ahead and look Leon up. He's single, boo boo. Go on, girl.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's going to be an interesting to see that movie go from the big screen into a television series format.
I can't wait.
And I think with Lee Daniels, as one of the people behind it, I think it could be a big success. It was a hugely popular movie, hugely popular book. Series could do very well.
Yes.
Let me ask Joe a question. Is that gonna work out if Lee hasn't if Lee didn't run Dame Dash's money? Run that man his money so he don't have to interrupt your show.
We'll have to see.
All right, come on. Tell us what's next.
All right, Sexiest Men Alive. They called me and asked me would I do it. I said, no, it's not my thing.
Oh.
But People's Sexiest Men Alive that's been revealed. Of course, we all know it. The title goes to Michael B. Jordan. Now, this is what I find interesting. Michael B. Jordan is only the 6th African-American man to be given the distinction. Denzel Washington has had it. Idris Elba, John Legend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson have all claimed the title. So I'm just curious, do you think People Magazine got it right, or who do you think is your sexiest man alive? And you take me out of the running.
Oh, okay. Dog, man. We couldn't. Okay, y'all. We all know. Okay, so it's so many comments that's been coming in. Denzel's son would be great for the Black Panther too. That's a good one. And Joyce McCall says, can't wait for Waiting to Exhale. Leela Rashawn, Sunshine, I ain't never going back home.
From Harlem Nights, Joyce McCall. That's from Harlem Nights. Yep, she knows her. Okay,
so the question right now, guys, is what do you think?
Who do you think who do you think should be the sexiest man alive, or do you agree with the People Magazine choice?
I think they got it right.
I think they got it right. I think he's great. I mean, he's a great actor. He's doing a great job representing and look, I mean, he does look pretty buff and fit and stuff.
I just want to know why they got him with that shirt buttoned all the way up. Talking about sexiest man alive, and you look like you're about to go garden or something. I don't understand.
Well, they put him in there with all his body part, the 6-pack stuff showing.
And them covers in that magazine would sell out the first day if you put them covers on there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one thing I found interesting, if you ever wonder how they come up with the person they choose, they watch the person's career for that previous year, and it's also the decision also comes down to focus groups, other celebrity actresses, and all sorts of things, and very, very long meetings, and very long lists of eligible people for the title.
Very, very good. Well, Joyce says Idris, no doubt. And I do think Idris looks nice. What in the world? Okay. But anyway, you can have your own opinions. And Denzel, I thought he was definitely, he's going to always be, no matter what age, he definitely represents, And then Danette Glover says, they got it right? They got it right? Okay. So let me also take a moment to give you all our next episode sponsor, which is Enlivion.com. I have to call back, okay? I'll call back. I'm sorry, I'm doing one thing. Yeah, I have to take that because it's something very important, but I have to acknowledge the call. Anyway, as a mother of 5, I do stuff like that sometimes, and it's normal, but I let the doctor's offices know that I'm in the middle of this, but I'm going to call you right back. And if it's anyway, I have 3 kids with cystic fibrosis. So it's a lot of things that happen in my life that I have to do sometimes during the middle of the show. Enlivion.com. Enlivion.com is formerly known as the Charlotte Housing Authority. Let me take you to a brief commercial pertaining to Enlivion.
She came from humble beginnings, and her family knew struggle, but she had love, support, and opportunity. And she set out to change the world. At Enlivion, we provide housing solutions and services that transform lives. Our Enlivion is your Enlivion. The Charlotte Housing Authority is now Enlivion, housing redefined.
So make sure you all check out Enlivion.com for any of your housing needs. If you're looking for Section 8 housing or different types of housing that's available, make sure you go to Enlivion.com. Thank you so much for being one of today's episode sponsors. Joe, anything else you want to tell us?
No, just be sure to check out JDTV Sunday at 7 o'clock. We're interviewing Keith Burke from the Haves and the Have-Nots. And there's a very special young man who makes a brief appearance.
And what day and time is that again?
Sunday, 7 o'clock.
Sunday at 7 p.m. on JDTV on YouTube.
So let me ask Joe a question before he dips. Joe,
Yes.
I don't know if you keep up with the Real Housewives franchise, but I know there's a Real Housewives of Utah. Is that a black
Coming,
woman
yeah.
on there? With
it looks. That's what it caught my eye too. I saw it recently, and I can't tell from the looks of it. I would say yes.
I think so, but what seemed weird is if I got the story right, she married her grandfather.
It's something kind of weird going on. I can't wait to see what this is all about. And speaking of Real Housewives franchise, the Real Housewives of Atlanta had to shut down production because of a COVID-19 scare.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay. And the thing is, I was watching, I think the Braxton Family Values one day, and it was so intense that one of my sons, he was like, this is a lot. What's going on with these people? He just cut the whole TV off. I was like, hello. I was watching that. I hadn't even watched not one episode, and I just was skipping through, and I said, okay, so what's happening here? And I was trying to get a flavor of what's going on.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and we were standing there talking, but he didn't realize I was watching it. He just clicked the TV off. Hello? Am I watching? I'm watching.
I want Joe to talk about that because I think I know they cut that off, and then Tay had her own little show, and she had the man that she was supposed to marry. But then, I watched one half of an episode. I had to turn it off because it got crazy where she was consulting some kind of she looked like a straight psychic to me. The lady said she wasn't psychic, but she was psychic. And the boyfriend was like, this is not of God. And the lady got all mad and said, you in our business. And, I can't do my work while you here in our business. Yeah. And I just wondered about all of that. Like, what's going on?
Right. It's that family has, I think they have a close dynamic, but it's also a weird dynamic. I think once that celebrity and fame hits you and falls on you, it
changes some people.
It changes you, and it changes everyone in the family.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
But guess who don't change? Jesus. Because they might
Jesus.
But he's still
Jesus
there.
They doing
all this and singing all that good songs. But I'm going to tell you what, you done brought that psychic in and all that other foolery, and it's a hot mess.
No, you're so funny. You so funny. Listen, y'all, if y'all want to support the Kim Jacobs show, since we're talking about stardom and famedom and all of that stuff and foolery, it would be a foolery not to support the Kim Jacobs.
It would be foolery.
Foolery.
The only way I can support the team and give people an opportunity to stay with the Kim Jacobs show is through your support. So make sure you Cash App Kim Jacobs Inc. Or you can also PayPal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show and become a Patreon member. Patreons is after party content. It's so much content on there, y'all. So y'all can go and unlock and have a whole holiday update on all of these different guests that have come backstage to share content that you know not of. So go and join the Patreon membership, patreon.com/The Kim Jacobs Show. And if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, guess what? We have over 800 subscribers now. I'm so excited.
Congratulations on that. I saw that announcement. Congratulations.
I don't take anything for granted. If we hit a milestone, I'm definitely going to share it because it's a blessing from God. You don't have to have people follow you or support you or click on a button to say, hey, I'm with you or anything. So everyone that's taking the time to do that, I thank you and I appreciate you. And I thank you, Joe. I thank you, Sean, Dr. Shantae, who came on, Mackenzie, Shannon backstage, the dog. I see your dog, Shannon, back there. You want me to pull you up and show the dog right quick?
You know she don't.
Shannon, can I show the dog, please? Yes. Okay. Yes. I get to show the dog. Oh, look at Shannon's dog.
Oh, is that a schnauzer? Cute. He's so cute.
Shannon's dog even watching the Kim Jacobs.
Can he subscribe to the show too?
You know what, Mackenzie, you want to come on? No, she said not today. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll put you backstage. I just want to say thank you all. Thank you to everyone that supports the Kim Jacobs Show. And make sure you all take a moment and subscribe to JDTV and go to Instagram. JDTV is on. Where is it? Because I want to pull it back up right here. JDTV is on Instagram. Follow Joe Duncan. Check out that interview on Sunday and at 7:00 p.m. with Keith Burke from The Have and the Have Nots. When you check it out, tell me who you see that's the fan out person.
Should we just go ahead and tell them who to expect? Should we just go ahead and tell them?
Go ahead.
We have a special appearance by Jeremiah Jacobs, the son of Kim Jacobs.
Y'all gotta be right there watching. You gotta.
Yeah, go support. And even if you may support Keith Berg, you may or may not know him, but I'm gonna tell you what, Jeremiah Jackson Jacobs is gonna be on that good TV on the JDTV on Sunday at 7:00 p.m. So check out that episode, and we'll have some more to talk about next week. Sean, thank you again. Sean is with allroadseducation.com. And so make sure you follow her, schedule your consults. She shares some deep tips today. If you didn't write them down, go back and watch the replay and start a watch party so other parents can benefit from today's information. Lots of people came on. Okay, go son. Yes, that's exciting, Kim Jacobs. Yes. This was great. My informed brothers and sisters, so informative. Y'all are all in the know. Great. Sean, Shantae, Joe, and of course, my man, Joe Duncan. Joe Duncan. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. I have Dr. Stephanie Ricks, who's going to be my guest on Monday, and I have some Madison Jones is going to be coming on next week. You name it. She's the coach Derek Jones from Texas Tech's daughter. Nice. So she's going to be coming on next week. It's going to be a great show lined up as we head to the holidays.
Are you back next Friday, Kim?
Huh?
Are you back next Friday?
Next Friday? Oh no, that's like
it's after Thanksgiving.
Oh no, I'm not having a show on. You know what? We'll see. Let's talk about it because it's freestyle. Can you talk to me offline about that, bestie?
Yeah, you know what? All I was gonna say is this: as people are getting ready to go to Thanksgiving, that might be the one good thing about coronavirus. Ain't gonna be no Thanksgiving drama this year, y'all. It's just you and the people in your house. You ain't got to worry about your cousin who you didn't like no way because she ain't coming this year.
That's so funny.
Somebody's cousin's coming.
You are ashamed, Sean. Yeah, thank you, Joe. You are all right with me. Thank you for Jeremiah. That's my mama.
Yeah, that's her mama, y'all.
Okay, y'all, go get on Quest Church prayer line. And please make sure today is like open mic type of thing where everybody in there praying and it's some good stuff happening. 978-990-5000. Access code is 322083#. Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:30. Everybody have a great weekend and I will see you on Monday.